Well, so we started updating the upstairs when we thought we were moving, and so we ripped out our carpet. We knew we had hardwood floors underneath, so we had those redone, and we just put on some neutral paint and started redoing the upstairs bathroom. Once it started looking that good, then we decided to meet with Laura.
Oh my gosh, so cute. And we added a deck, and we added the light, and we stained the floors. And so these clients are, she's like very retro, and he's what I call hunter-gatherer. So I chose to do mint, red, black, and white for them as their color scheme. Because what inspired me was sort of the retro mint, and then the red and black plaid hunter's fabric. So we're kind of gonna run that theme through this house. So kind of a combination of reclaimed, industrial, and retro at the same time. It's gonna be super cool.
And so from there, the idea kind of developed of opening up the rooms, and we needed more open space, bigger kitchen, mudroom, living in Minnesota.
So tell me about mudrooms are good, but tell me why mudrooms are a must-have in Minnesota.
Oh my God, why? Because there's so many boots, coats, dirty, and it all should stay here. Take your shoes off, come in, drop everything, and don't bring it into the house. It's also important in these small houses because there's just no room. Because when your house is small, it's all about clean, limited, use only what you have, use only what you need. And of course we need all these big coats and things like that, but I don't want to see them in my house. So for me, a mudroom is a must-have. And if you're gonna live in Minnesota, like let's have a pretty mudroom. I want to show you the paper we're gonna put in here because it completes the theme. Okay. Sorry.
Bob and I have been amazed at how much she was able to bring who we are into our home, and so it's just so awesome to look around. And Bob and I have very different style tastes, and so
like they wanted retro, they wanted industrial. We had checked a couple of pictures on House, which I am a member of. Look up my name. And there was one picture in there of mint cabinets, and that just sparked the whole thing. I also knew that she had a red microwave that she wanted to keep. And so this was kind of my starting point. And this is awesome. It's wallpaper. It's from Hirschfield's Design Resource, which I love. It is amazing wallpaper. And what you can't see is that there is some wildlife in this, which also works for the husband, because sometimes we think of wallpaper as like just for women and it's the pretty.
it just, everything, I mean, I kind of don't like this word organically, but it really did seem like it came together organically, and it was an amazing experience.
It's kind of weird that I started with the wallpaper. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The mint cabinets, see, I really want to show you what that's gonna look like. So as a designer, thinking about a remodeling project, this was my starting point. And for me, this was like the link that would tie this whole project together. Like that's a big leap. You know what I mean? To be like, okay, you love red, and we happen to like pin a couple pictures with teal cabinets, and then to start with this wallpaper and then commit to mint cabinets. Like, so for me, I think that says a lot for doing it this way.
So what's the difference being in a home that's been sort of remodeled and customized for who you are?
Almost like it feels kind of not real. We've lived here for 15 years, and this is something we've been dreaming about for a really long time, and we've made a lot of sacrifices to make this happen, and I mean, it feels like a dream come true.
When you work with a builder only or an architect only, I guarantee you they're not starting with this whimsical paper that has reindeer running through it. I mean, it's just a different way of thinking. I would say it's like doctors who are DOs, okay? We're not specialists, we're not generalists, but we look at the project as a whole, and we think about, the house as a whole. We think about lifestyle, we think about the pretty finishes that are gonna be the wow.
It's fun to come home, sit down on the couch in our room, and yeah, I don't know, it's a good feeling.
One of the reasons of hiring a designer instead of just like an architect or a builder, when you hire me first, I think about how the place is going to look at the end, like where your furniture is going to go, what the color schemes are, what the finishes are, and then I work backwards. So for me, how you are going to see the space, live in the space, like the prettiness of the space, like the finishes. You know, we're not just here to pick faucets and things. Look how good the creams work with the floor. Come on, people. That's first on my mind. When you work with a builder, an architect, of course they're thinking about those things, but they're not. I'm about the pretty. They're about the ugly, I'm about the pretty.
I used to just get crabby when I'd come home because everything was, it just didn't function well. There was nowhere to put things, and it's just, I just felt frustrated and kind of unhappy. I didn't want to be here. And now I'm just like, I can't wait to get home, and I want to be here. Why do I need to go somewhere else when I have this amazing house to live in?
This pretty is what makes people happy. It really does. It's like, it gets exciting. Oh my God! Isn't it cute? Up until then, it's all dust and tears.
If you lean against anything, it'll be dusty.
Yeah, that's
got a text
totally,
from him
I think
saying-
that's grout
Same.
dust. Another thing that I love to do as an interior designer, or I find challenging and I always want to find solutions for, are things that have to stay because they are an integral part of the building. But then how do I incorporate those into the design?
The stairway in the middle of between the living room and the kitchen was one of the biggest obstacles. So we decided to embrace it and make it part of the focal point.
In this situation, we have a header right here. It has to stay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a matching beam here, and both are gonna be centered on the island, and they're gonna be stained to match the floor. And then to take it one step further, to open up this staircase, we put other beams here, and we're gonna stain these to match the beams in the floor as well. So those are the kind of little problems that I love to solve. I think it's kind of fun to say, well, if we have to do that, how can we incorporate it and make it part of the design as if we meant to do it all along? Okay, so when I had my paper, I needed some feature for this wall because again, all the pretty was over there. And so this is what I'm trying to accomplish in the house. To me, this large red and black reminds me of like, you know, hunters, that plaid. And I really love that washi board in the back. So we're gonna run that whole board along this back wall here. And then the red, black, and teal is kind of my thought process for this house, like my inspiration pictures. And if you look at the finish on this bed, you really can't see it, but it's like this heavily distressed rub through black. And that is gonna be the island in this kitchen that is surrounded by the perimeter of mint cabinetry. So it's like a combination of pretty and rustic and hunter-gatherer and pinups and cherries, you know what I mean? It's kind of a fun combination. But I can't stress it enough. Like I literally start with the wallpaper and something inspirational and things get built around that.